Our story begins not with a hero, but with a struggling doorknob salesman named Steve, a man who once dreamed of adventure and freedom, but found himself stuck in a soul-crushing job. Steve dives deep into a nearby mine in search of something more. And that's exactly what he finds: two mysterious artifacts buried in the earth, the Orb of Dominance and the Earth Crystal. Upon combining the two, Steve is thrown into a surreal world, the Overworld. Steve builds a paradise of his own, enjoying the freedom of this blocky realm. But peace doesn't last long. Soon he stumbles upon a portal, a gateway to a dark, flaming dimension known as the Nether. It's a hellish world, ruled by Malgosha, a ruthless, gold-obsessed Piglin Queen who sees Steve's creative spirit as a threat. When she learns of the orb's power, which could allow her to dominate the overworld, she captures Steve and locks him away. Before she can claim the artifacts, Steve instructs his loyal dog Dennis to hide both the orb and the earth crystal under his bed, back in the real world. Years pass, and the story shifts to Chuglass, Idaho, where we meet Garrett, the garbage man Garrison, a washed-up 1980s video game champion now running a failing game store. Hoping to find something valuable to keep his business afloat, Garrett wins an old house at a storage auction, unknowingly Steve's former home. While searching for an old Atari console, Garrett finds the Orb of Dominance and the Earth Crystal instead. Meanwhile, siblings Henry and Natalie move to Chuglass following the death of their mother. On his first day of school, Henry's homemade jetpack causes a spectacular accident, and in an effort to avoid consequences, he lies that Garrett is his uncle. Garrett plays along, and the two head to his store. There, Henry fidgets with the two mysterious objects and activates the portal that Steve had once opened. Henry and Garrett are pulled into the mine. Natalie grows worried and calls Dawn, a quirky real estate agent with a dream of opening a petting zoo. Dawn uses Natalie's phone to track their location, and soon all four, Henry, Natalie, Garrett, and Dawn, are pulled through the portal and land in the overworld. Their arrival doesn't go unnoticed. Deep in the Nether, Malgosha senses the orb has returned. She frees Steve from captivity, promising him the safe return of Dennis if he retrieves the artifacts. Back in the overworld, night falls and monsters emerge. Henry, determined to protect the group, learns to build a fortress from scratch. But during the battle, the Earth Crystal is destroyed. At dawn, Steve appears out of nowhere, defeating the remaining monsters and taking charge. He tells them they need a new crystal, which can only be found in the Woodland Mansion, a perilous structure deep in the wild. Meanwhile, Malgosha escalates her efforts. She releases her most powerful weapon, the monstrous Great Hog, to hunt the group. As tensions rise, Steve reveals he has a secret stash of diamonds. Garrett, motivated more by greed than duty, insists they take a detour to collect them. Henry, angry and worried about Natalie, lashes out. The group splinters, but the Great Hog soon arrives, forcing them back together. They escape on minecarts in a thrilling underground chase, ultimately defeating the Hog with the help of explosive creepers. Reaching the Woodland Mansion, Steve and Garrett distract the deadly pillagers while Henry sneaks inside. He secures both a new Earth Crystal and an Ender Pearl, a rare item capable of teleportation. But Malgosha catches up to them, destroying the bridge and sending Steve and Henry plummeting. In the chaos, the orb is lost, and Garrett appears to sacrifice himself in the explosion. Steve and Henry awaken in a peaceful mushroom house built by Natalie and Dawn. Reunited and regrouped, they prepare for Malgosha's final assault. With the orb in her hands, Malgosha supercharges the Nether portal and launches a full-scale invasion on the overworld. Her power blots out the sun, bringing an endless night. But the heroes don't back down. Together, they craft weapons and summon an army of iron golems for an epic final battle. In the climax, Henry uses the Ender Pearl to teleport across the battlefield and reclaim the Earth Crystal. With it, he restores the sun. The sunlight weakens the piglins, transforming them into zombies who quickly fall. Defeated, Malgosha makes a final lunge at Steve, but he stands firm, Calmly and without pity, he leaves her to perish. As the dust settles, Garrett reappears, having survived the explosion by clinging to a flying ghast. The team returns to the real world as heroes. In the aftermath, everyone finds their new beginning. Garrett and Steve run the game store together. Dawn opens her long-awaited petting zoo, with Dennis as the main attraction. Natalie becomes a self-defense instructor. Henry finally finishes his jetpack, and the group creates a hit new game inspired by their adventure, Block City Battle Buddies. And thus, from a dusty mine and a forgotten dream, a new legacy is born. And that was the full story of Minecraft, a wild ride from doorknob salesman to cube world warrior, filled with building, battling, and blocky creativity. If you enjoyed this recap and want more movie breakdowns just like this, from animation to epic adventures, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. Let me know in the comments what movie you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.